a way that the teacher has to give you extra time, like crumble up your homework or something and dip it in water and say my dog ate it.
Does that work?
Work for me? I think it I should suggest it does.
In terms of motivation, I remember having to do like busy work homework for high school, and it totally sucked. And you know, there was a class that I was an English major in college, and I was always very good at language in high school. And I got a C in this English class because I was bored. And I did this project that to me seemed really like kindergarten project, and I was 11th grade. I still remember it. And in the class, so sometimes you just kind of, as much as it sucks, you have to kind of suck it up and be like, I'm going to do this. So, like, in terms of like practical suggestions, in college, when most of the work I did, and I enjoyed the reading and stuff like that. But if there's a lot, like, I made myself go to the library because it's a place where everyone else is working, and I might see my friends there too. But like, the fact that you're in this environment where everyone else is working, for me, it motivated me to get stuff done.
I have post-traumatic stress disorder from at the time, terminal illness I had in high school. I would talk to my parents or very close friends about it, or maybe see a psychiatrist. It could help.
Surround yourself with people who make you laugh. Watch Kevin Hart for like 8 hours. That would be good. But if it's that serious of a thing, I would suggest you talk to your parents about it. Talk to somebody who will give you a lot of attention.
Also friends that are real.
And not imaginary.
Also people, because they will use that against you in the future.
Yeah.
Begin, please.
My father and I don't have the relationship that we wish I had. To solve this kind of problem, I would see what events caused him or her, depending, to leave or cause a difference between us. And if I can't get in contact with my original father, I'll see if I can have a father figure in my life, so I can see if I can fill the void of not knowing what it's like to have a father. So this kind of solution I bring to it.
Like talking to if your father's still around, if you don't have that connection, like bring it up to him, talk to him about it. And if he doesn't understand, talk to another family member or whatever. Yeah. Try to make the situation better on you. Because having a very bad connection with your father is a very difficult way to live.
I have a brother who drives my parents crazy. That's hard for me because I got a couple of brothers, and they're always doing stupid things. Mm-hmm. And it really makes my mom mad, too. So what I do, I sit there and be the best I can be at home and just, basically I just isolate myself from the problems.
I like this girl, she's beautiful, and I never have a problem with talking to people, but I get shy. I really like. I'm gonna feel awkward saying this. I have been in this situation.
Thank you.
But,
what solutions did you find for yourself?
I told her. I didn't feel bad or feel awkward saying it. Just.
What was your step-by-step? Did you call? Did you walk up to her?
I wouldn't call and tell the person how I wouldn't do that, because it means more telling them to their face. If you call them, then it's like you're kind of being cowardly, not telling them to their face. Like, are you afraid of their reaction? Like, just come right out and say it. Hopefully, stuff works out. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Just go with what happens.
I've been in that situation more than I can count. That's serious, honestly. And 90% of those 99 out of 100 of those times, I've said it behind either Facebook, the phone, text message, whatever.
No, don't do that. Girls hate that.
Yeah, I know from experience. I know from experience.
In person.
I know from experience. It's one thing, like she says, one thing to say behind electronic devices, but it's another thing to say in person. Because I said, clearly, there is a diverse range of problems facing youth today. I'm glad these youth have found support in one another. Let's listen now to what they had to say about this owning problems exercise.
So, Plum, what are your thoughts on the Own Everybody's Problems activity we did?
It was really interesting, and it was interesting in a way because you get to hear and understand other people's point of views about how they live and then how you can relate to it. And I thought that I learned something today because now that I may not have those problems, but I do get them in the future, I know how to come about it.
I thought it was really great for helping people with their problems.
Hello, Q.
Hola.
So, you came in the middle, but what was your impression? What are your thoughts of that game?
3 words. It was fun. It was fun because you kind of understood what everybody was going through. Like, you can definitely tell who wrote what. And because I knew each and every person who wrote certain things, that I knew how to answer the questions based off of it.
I really liked it because I think it will help the kids be less afraid to share their problems if it's anonymous, and I think the problem-solving technique was really good because everyone put their 2 cents in and got a lot of ideas.
Yeah, I thought it was a great activity to have all of the kids share their inputs and their thoughts and offer great suggestions. So I think we all learned a lot from this experience, and I definitely feel a lot better because I shared a lot of the problems that other people had. So it felt
Isn't it wonderful and kind of sad, but in a wonderful way, how we all have problems in common? Excellent. Hey, Mike, would you like to respond to today's activity?
I wasn't there for most of it, but today's activity was interesting. I was part of it for only the last half, but I got to see what some of the problems I had when I was their age. I think it's pretty interesting. I still don't have solutions to their problems, which I think is really funny.
Everyone seemed to think that the exercise was interesting and beneficial. It provided everyone with a way to consider their own problems in a different way. In addition, everyone learned that they share many of the same problems.
We're back. You're listening to Radio Uprising, addressing the issues that matter to youth today in our community today. We just heard a recording of an exercise students at CMP did earlier this week called Owning Problems.
So during that break, our youth DJ started to do the same exercise that they did in that recording. So what we did was we all wrote down some issues that we're currently facing, and we mixed them up, and we're going to choose them, read them, and then discuss them. So, John, you ready to start us off?
Sure, I am picking randomly.
All right.
Okay. My pet gecko passed away this week, and I'm sad. Well, Mr. Gecko Loser, you can think about the nice thoughts you had with your gecko, and try to remember your gecko in a nice way.
Yeah.
I have a solution. I know that in some cultures, when somebody dies, they start celebrating and celebrate the life that they had with that person. So you could have a little party with your dorm friends and celebrate your gecko's life.
That's a really good idea. Yosef, what's your suggestion?
Just remember all the good times you had with your gecko and, well, just get over with it. That's it.
Fair enough. All right, Remy, why don't you go ahead?
Okay, I'm picking one. Raising my hand in class because I call out too much.
So the issue is that in class, instead of raising your hand politely, you call out. Is that the issue, just to clarify?
Yes, that is what it said on the piece of paper. Okay. I think that a solution would be for teachers, if you just start calling out. Some teachers, they say, they just let you keep on speaking, but if you call out, then have your teacher interrupt you and say, no, you didn't raise your hand, I'm not going to listen to you.
Okay. Other thoughts, John?
Maybe when you call out, you can, try to remember to, like just like give it to somebody else who is like raising their hand or something.
Yeah, Yosef?
Just don't yell in class. Just don't call out. Like, just raise your hand, period. Just remember that.
Yeah, so what are some ways to remember that, though? That's kind of a tricky thing. You have to train yourself, but how do you do that?
If you know you're gonna say something, remember that you need to raise your hand. Like, if you know you're gonna say it.
So keep associating talking in class with putting your hand in the air.
Yeah.
Interesting. That technically should work. It's a good idea. All right, Yosef. Go ahead, read yours out loud.
I get distracted on the computer.
Ooh, I think that's a big one that we probably all face in reality. Any suggestions? Yosef, why don't you start?
If you get distracted, try to remember that if you have something to do, that you need to get it over with, and that you just have a job to do.
Yeah. John?
Well, you can, from whatever you're doing that you're getting distracted on the computer, you can take breaks from like doing the work, and then do whatever you're going to be distracted by.
Okay, Remy?
I think that because I know that I sometimes get distracted on the computer when I'm doing homework and I get bored of it. So like John said, instead of getting bored, go take a break and then you'll have more energy to do your homework.
Yeah, I have a couple suggestions for this one. Sometimes I'll say, okay, if I read for 40 minutes, I'll kind of reward myself with 10 minutes on the